I'm Ronaldo Torres. This is Sheet Metal Workers on the Cutting Edge.
About a guy by the name of Joe Hill, which I'm sure a lot of you now know about that may not have known about. But if you don't know about him, I'm just going to give you a quick story, and it's real simple. Joe Hill was an organizer of the IWW, the Industrial Workers of the World. Now, the Industrial Workers of the World in Joe Hill's day were a powerful union, but they were a left-wing union. They were very far to the left. They were very far to the left in their organizing tactics, and they were very far to the left in how they believed society should be. Now, in reading about Joe Hill, I discovered that I really thought a lot about Joe Hill, because I thought a lot of his, I didn't agree with all of his ideas, and none of us always agree on everything, and we shouldn't. But at the same time, I did agree with some of his ideas. A lot of them, but not all. Joe Hill was, they were having a big organizing drive in Utah. And Joe Hill was out. They were going to have this big rally. Joe Hill happened to be someplace else. He was part of the group that put the rally together, and he went someplace else because he was organizing someplace else. He had another job to take care of. And at that rally, the police came in and tried to stop the rally. And of course, back in those days, it was illegal to even belong to a union, much almost as it is today. Although they say it's legal, the interpretation of the law sure doesn't say it is. Joe Hill put this together, in this rally, the militia came in, which is the National Guard today. Now, I don't know whether you know, but there used to be a time that you couldn't be a member of the militia and be in the union. They wouldn't have you, because you were the guy that might be breaking their strike. But anyway, they came in, and the police, there were people killed during this rally. Joe Hill got blamed for the killing of a police officer. And he was found guilty by a court, a capitalist court, in that community. And in Utah, they still kill you the same way, or put you to death for a crime today the same way as they did back then. It's real simple. They take you out, strap you to a chair, put a heart over your heart, put a hood over your head, raise the guns, and shoot you through the heart. And kill you. That's how they execute people in Utah. So, Joe Hill is found guilty. He's in prison. Comes to the day of his execution. He's an organizer. He believes in organizing. They strap him to the chair, put the heart over his heart, prepare to put the hood on his head, and ask him if he has any last words to say. And Joe Hill says, "Do not mourn for me. Organize, organize, organize." They put the hood over his head and executed him. Now, to me, that's a commitment. That's a commitment. He didn't ask for a reprieve. He didn't declare his innocence. He said, "Don't worry about me. I'm unimportant. What is important is that we organize." And so I guess the only thing I can say to all of you is, in the next 3.5 years, this international is going to hear more about organizing than they can ever hear. If you get the opportunity to come to business agents conferences, you know, at the last one, I had a good friend of mine tell me, boy, you got to give the good news sometime. Why don't you give some good? I said, because if the news was good, I'd get it. The truth's the truth, and it is what it is. So I'm saying to all of you, I'd hope that when we're all done and we all hang up our tool belts, that we can all say, we organized, 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 and for the right reasons. That's your charge. We're going to do everything we can to help you. It's not going to be easy. We're going to be fighting business managers who don't want to do it, who talk it but don't want to do it. We're going to be fighting our membership who really don't want to do it. We're going to be fighting contractors and employers that really don't want to be organized. In fact, probably the only people I know of that I can safely say want to do any organizing right now that I know of, personally know, for sure, or at least I hope, are the people in this room. You all. Us. It's the only ones that I'm partially sure of. But I don't know about if I'm sure about all of that, if we're all on the right track or for the same reasons. I hope so. And we're going to find out. Because we're not going to be here 100 years from now as a union if we don't. But that's not even important. Unions aren't going to be here in 100 years from now if they don't. That is important. Because where there is no union, there is no democracy. Rights of free speech are taken away from people, and people, two-class societies are formed, and it's the rich versus the worker, and the worker is always the poor person. And that's what we're all about, not letting that happen. We are here to fight the tyranny of capitalism. That is our main objective in life. And in doing that, we organize. Because that's the way, that's the only way the battle can be won. Because capitalism and our capitalistic society is a great thing. But be rest assured, unregulated, it is full of tyranny. And that tyranny is the repression of people by class, by race, by sex, and by religion. And it is our moral obligation to stop that, to not let that happen, to see to it that it goes in a different direction. That is the labor movement's goal, and we're a part of that. More so than even a part of this union. Is to stop the tyranny of capitalism. That is a neat, from my perspective, that is a great challenge. And it's a lot of fun. It gets you in a lot of trouble, but it can be a lot of fun. It's what we should be doing. So organize.
Organize!
Organize!
Organize! Organize!
Organize!